All right, we are back with Generation Exile, another game demo from Steam Next Fest. Hopefully the volume is okay. It seems a little bit loud in my headphones, but OBS is saying it's fairly low. Can never really tell, but we'll just go with it. Go ahead and start a new game. We didn't get very far from Earth before strange things started happening. It's 2 years after launch. Last year, you would have said things were going well. This year, the compost worms hummed, and at least 5 people were lost to sudden sinkholes. Gyoyoung Hui Olafsson taps you on the shoulder. That seems like a very Korean / Swedish name. Okay. You've known Gyong Hui since years before the generation ship mission. She's the last living agricultural disease specialist. She helped you clean up the mess and nobody ever found out. She removed your Earth ID chip. I don't know. Let's go with agricultural disease specialist. You're going to need her. Gyunghui's toting a huge duffel bag. It's time, she says intensely. This is only getting worse. Back on Earth, the scales had periods of inactivity. We can hope that one of those is coming, but who knows when. We need to hole up. You curse under your breath in ever-present chagrin. We've tried so hard to keep the scales off the ship. Yeah, sure, let's trust her. You grab what you can and follow her. In the subsurface, made up of artificial cave passages and cabled access tunnels, a few hundred people from your group. You occasionally radio with other parties scattered in other underground spaces. You live on the rations intended as planetfall supplies. At first, people make brief returns to the biome's surface. Not all come back. You stay below. You've been down here for months, you calculate, and Gyung Hui are once again bemoaning the hubris of Earth's ruling class, consuming Earth in their greed and then paying for a quick environmental fix, which turned out, of course, to be the scales. They had no idea what they were doing. Gyung Hui is half yelling for the umpteenth time when there's a commotion around one of the tents. You join the crowd clustered at the entrance of Abioi Krishank's tent. Inside Abioi's belongings have been pushed aside, revealing something sprouting from the dense earth of the cave floor. You focus on it as it begins to move. It looks like a human hand formed from roots and tendrils. Someone behind you whispers, "It's singing letters, I'm sure of it, but it's nonsense. It's not words." Fear echoes through the cave. I don't know, burn it? You start a small fire and burn the thing. The ashes drift. People look at one another, too close to panic. Supplies have dwindled over the months. Years? You know we need to restart food production on the surface or humanity is doomed to starvation long before it has a chance at a new home. There's no other choice. In the last supply cache, preparing your group to make its way upward, you stumble across a toroidal support robot, which according to its packaging was intended to help a settlement after planetfall. You switch it on, a few hundred years early. As an indicator light blinks on, a synthetic voice peeps. Ship data connection established. Oxygen use shows a smaller living population than even the most conservative projection models. The robot rotates to face you. My crew roster indicates that you are the most experienced and qualified individual to serve as the settlement's caretaker. Congratulations. You are more disheveled than your profile indicates. Please allow me a moment to update it. Okay, I'm not... Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit more masculine there. All right, yep, that looks fine. Let's go ahead and proceed. I don't usually spend too much time on character creation. Okay, looks like there's some objects here and some people. Buddy is waiting its turn to return to the surface. Its lights flicker complacently. The rest of the people down here are scraping together everything they can to give us a better start. We have no idea what we'll find on the surface. The moment of truth, this freight elevator, abandoned as we abandon everything on the ship, is in good enough shape to ferry us up. Kyung-hee watches as you enter the elevator. She's exhausted from helping haul in the remaining supplies. There's little remaining, but she smiles at you. Abioe is ready to go, and he has been ever since the elevator was located. He fidgets absently. Okay, you can't click on them. Okay, I guess the only thing you can actually click on is the elevator. This game's a lot different than I imagined it. Okay, so this is what the preview pictures in the game look like. First, we'll need to restore basic infrastructure for anyone else coming out and joining us. Fortunately, there are many dilapidated structures nearby to salvage. Unsettling they've gotten so derelict so quickly. Use WASD or right-click and drag to move the camera around. We'll have to establish a salvage yard in range of the ruined buildings. I'll mark suitable locations to build it when you do. Open build bar below and select salvage yard. Okay, let's go ahead there. The salvage yard will be up and running shortly, and what a big saw it will have. Click and turn in the bottom right to progress. Okay, I guess we can't really do anything else, so let's go ahead and end our turn. I didn't know this was going to be a turn-based game, but that's fine. Folks at the salvage yard will start gathering from nearby ruined structures without any more direction from you. Such autonomy. Right now, the salvage is just a heap of recycling, but build a material reconstructor nearby and it'll get turned into something we can use again. This is the start of a production chain. All right, let's go with the material reconstructor. Let's check out how big this map is. Okay, so it looks like we're in some sort of structure here. right, looks like we have a lake, forest. Okay, I guess that's the end of the turn. Many structures require specific resources to function. The material reconstructor needs water every turn. Build a water tank near the reconstructor to make it operational. Two crew members arrive to help. As you take the first steps toward rebuilding, two skilled crew members step forward ready to assist you. Their skills will be invaluable as you continue to expand and make efforts to restore the biome back to its intended state. By assigning them to tasks and putting their talents to use, we can take another step towards securing a thriving home for everyone on the ship. People need places to live, water to drink, and food to eat. Keep in mind that as the population grows, these needs will increase. Build a habitat to provide shelter, then supply it with food and water. Okay, so it looks like you can only really do one thing at a time, so I don't know. Reestablishing our settlement will require meeting the needs of the population. I've helped categorize them for you, and it seems easier than impossible to achieve them all. Progress means new needs, the new ways to meet them, an endless rotation, not unlike this spacecraft, which I was never intended to witness the inside of. Okay, so gather two raw materials. Okay, so this character is excellent at absorbing details and synthesizing data. This character has a talent for finding hidden things. This character can be extremely convincing. This character is somewhat socially skilled. Constructive, careful, ecological. Okay, so I don't know what it means by gather resources. Development level increased. Salvagers, your efforts have improved the settlement. waste storage facility, bio waste, unhoused population. Okay. Negative impacts to the ship's well-being can escalate quickly, so you'll need to address them as well as find positive solutions. If the ship's well-being gets too low, our journey will be impossible, and that means humanity is probably doomed. Oops. Providing for the ship means monitoring many things that can affect the population's well-being. People need to not just survive, but thrive. Okay, so unstable ecosystem. Excessive nitrate fertilizer salts have damaged the ecosystem. There's a deficit of shelter available. Waste is being produced that needs storage. Okay, so that's going to take care of that. I don't know what's going to take care of unstable ecosystem, though. Raw materials, one available. Okay, so an alarm starts blaring through the ship. An electrical fire is broken out near the storage bay. Smoke is already thick in the corridor. Two crew members rush to respond. Gabby insists she has the technical expertise to handle it safely, while Fatix argues that her knowledge of the ship's layout makes her better suited to navigate the hazard. Both are determined, but sending the wrong person could make the situation worse. You can step in yourself or choose which crew member will face the flames. Bloody minded, constructive, ecological, bloody minded. Okay, so Gabby has the technical. Abilities none, abilities none. Sway mastery, study mastery. I don't know. Let's send Gabby. Using their technical know-how, Gabby bypasses the faulty conduit and cuts the power. The fire is contained before it spreads further, but the damage to the storage bay is significant. Supplies are lost, slowing the colony's progress, but at least no one was hurt. Never a dull moment, it seems. There are any manner of challenges ahead, but circumstances favorable to us as well. Completing actions has a chance to advance the crisis/fortune tracks, triggering an event of that type upon fulfilling entirely. Okay, so it looks like we need. Okay, temporary shelters, uncomfortable but better than nothing. Okay, so we have our basic needs met. Okay, unstable ecosystem. I'm not sure what that actually means. Development level increased. Upstarters, your efforts have improved the settlement. Unlocks new structure: water condenser, power distributor, dismantle scrubber, water desalinator, byproduct processing facility, soil processor, move waste, upgrade improved distribution, upgrade improved waste storage, upgrade bigger tanks, development points, power, 2 development points, +1 unhoused population. Let's go with Freya. Oh, actually, let's see. This character is quite socially adept, somewhat convincing, talent for finding hidden things, skilled at inspiring others, learning to look ahead, skilled at making art or connections between ideas. I don't know. Let's pick Freya. Why not? Power management. With the biome being unattended for a prolonged period of time, the fertilization systems have made the soil into poison with excess nitrate salts. This can be undone, but we'll need to power up restoration structures to do so. Build a power distributor to enable ecosystem restoration structures. These massive scrubbers have been acting like life support for the biome, but only barely. If we take one offline and reallocate its power with our help, the ecosystem can get to a point where it can restore itself with time. We'll have to act quickly after taking one down. Select a scrubber and click dismantle. Okay, that's a biome pillar. Utility tower. Okay, so select the scrubber and click the dismantle action. Build power distributor. Soil processor desalinator. Okay, build one environmental cleaner. Tile needs attention. Okay. With power extended to this area, we can remove the excess fertilizer nitrates, processing that out of the soil and water will produce additional byproducts that are themselves toxic, though, so we'll need to build structures to manage that as well. Insufficient shelter. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure what we're missing. The colony's cleanup efforts have hit an unexpected snag. The specialized facilities working to restore the biome are losing efficiency. Filters are clogging, reclamation systems are failing, and a treat microbial treatments aren't working. Without intervention, progress will slow significantly, putting long-term restoration efforts at risk. Luis Dien Oyetunde, a reclamation engineer, suggests pushing the cleanup systems harder, allowing them to maintain efficiency, but at the cost of generating more industrial byproduct waste that will require additional storage solutions. Our operations manager, Stefania Rajul, recommends increasing the supply of critical materials, ensuring the facilities run at full capacity, but consuming more valuable resources in the process. We could also just continue to let them run at a lower efficiency and avoid extra waste generation or additional materials being used. I think we're gonna have to go. Maybe increased consumption? I don't know. Additional resources are allocated to the cleanup effort, keeping restoration facilities running smoothly. Recovery continues and waste production stays manageable. However, some colonists are concerned about how the increase in demand will put strain on the colony supply chains. Key materials that could have been used for expansion or other infrastructure projects are instead now being diverted to the cleanup effort. Select upgrade. Okay, so finally we can do this. Cleans grassland tiles in range and stores byproduct as waste. Character level increased. Select a new ability. Understudy, chance of gaining XP from tasks when not on the team. Chance of adding beautiful trait to completed structures. Gains less stress from complications during build tasks. Okay, let's go for the XP bonus. Okay, cleaned tiles 0 of 5. Okay, I don't know if I should be dismantling these scrubbers or what. Doesn't look like I can even. Character level increased. Okay, yeah, I don't know what these characteristics do quite yet, so it's kind of difficult. Okay, I'm not exactly sure if we need that. Oh. All right, character level increase. Chance to add additional storage capacity to storage structures. That might be good. Fires keep breaking out in unusual places. Some call the unknown fire starter a menace and a reckless vandal, putting the colony at risk, but others see something more, a hidden genius making art out of destruction. A meeting is held to discuss the situation. Gabby believes this has gone too far and demands an immediate crackdown. Meanwhile, Fachi argues that this artist is making a statement and suggests reaching out instead of punishing them. Well, I don't know. Should we crack down? Let's crack down. You side with Gabby's suggestion that this has gone too far and decide that this person needs to be stopped before it's too late. After a short period of investigation, you discover that Leanne Wallace is behind the fires and are able to catch them in the act. When their motive is questioned, they claim that the ship itself speaks to them, guiding them to a greater purpose, and that the beauty of the flame reveals something greater. Unfortunately, their latest calling calling grew wildly out of control and has caused significant damage to one of the water systems. Damaged water supply. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I don't know how to repair the damaged water supply. I think it's just a debuff. Not enough power. Looks like you don't have enough power to operate all of your structures. Remember, you can reclaim power by dismantling some more power-hungry scrubbers. Oh, okay. The latest harvest of crickets has been contaminated. A disturbing number of batches were found to be infected with a parasite, rendering them unsafe for consumption. Gabby suggests that the biological team recommends destroying the contaminated batches immediately to prevent spreading the infection further, but this will leave a significant gap in the colony food reserves and enforce rationing. As an alternative, FATSI has liaised with the workers and suggests that we can put a rush on production to filter out the uninfected crickets from the contaminated harvest. This would allow the colony to avoid rationing, but the demand for supplies from our cricket farms will increase significantly. Alternatively, you could ignore the issue entirely and just let everyone consume the contaminated crickets. Let's dispose. The decision is made to destroy the contaminated crickets, enforcing rationing across the colony. With fewer food supplies available, portions are limited and morale is taken a hit. Crew members are forced to adapt to smaller meals, and productivity slows as hunger and frustration grows. The long-term effects of rationing could strain the colony further, but at least the risk of illness is avoided. Okay, water desalinator. Nowhere to store waste. Okay, that's not good. Okay, character level increased. Structure storage is empty. Needs more water to function. Okay, let's go with XP. Storage full. A report reaches you that a crew member spent an afternoon catching up with a friend while doing farm work, only to find that the friend had died in the infirmary the night before. It was them. I know it was them. The crew member insists you shake your head, unable to make sense of it. Okay, currently non-functional. Don't know why. Unmanaged byproduct. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think this is gonna be able to reach that. Buddy suddenly beeps. Uh-oh. That's possibly your least favorite notification sound. Airlock security is breached. This incident report was manually delayed. I strongly recommend immediate investigation. The airlock? Okay, better see what's going on. Time to find out who's in that airlock and why. You access the airlock's antechamber. It's not just one person in the airlock, it's teens. They thrash like caught fish in a net, inelegant but full of life at death's edge. The music fuels their contortions, rattling their organ systems with dangerous decibels. Okay, you remember dancing like that? It was fun. It was more than that, actually. It was cathartic, especially during uncertain times. There's a lot of uncertainty on Earth. There wasn't supposed to be so much up here. For a moment, you almost forgot that they're used to an airlock as their club. They could have used any space in the biome. They must be here not despite, but because of the danger, the thrill of being right next to the certain death of space. Any flailing elbow could open the doors and suck the whole party out into the void. The intercom system could interrupt the music and let you talk to them. The question is, what will you say? Let's spark. It's like slipping into a pool of sound. A ripple of surprise spreads across the crowd of teens. Your arms, legs, head, and trunk move in uncomplicated harmony. It's not the dance of the teens, but a dance of your own, and it works with the music, saying, showing, look, this is a way you can move through the world too. You don't have to thrash, you can still take up space, leave your mark, break the rules, invent new forms. It just feels right to lose yourself at the threshold of death with these youth. For a moment, you even forget to keep the door button in your peripheral vision. The teens hoot and holler around you, crowing like literal roosters and wolves and gibbons, and you join in, and time becomes measured in sweat and songs. Exhaustion sets in after catharsis. The party's done, the wave broken on reality's shore, but you won't soon forget this, and neither will they. Okay, hopefully that will take care of a little bit of our water need. Okay, let's go ahead and build a cricket farm here. I should probably build another one. Okay, so it says we're still rationing. I don't know when this damaged water supply will come back. Your efforts have improved the settlement, unlocks advanced habitats, crop farms, water pump, water distributor, 3 unhoused population, workforce development points. Skilled at inspiring others, talent for finding hidden things, making connections, hidden things. Okay. Taking care of people and animals. Somewhat convincing. Okay, let's go with him. Okay, build crop farm. Produce enough food. Provide enough clean water. Contaminated cargo. A routine cargo inspection takes a turn when, however you spell that, say that, discovers something unsettling, a strange powdery substance coating the inside of a recently unsealed supply crate. A few crew members who handled the contents report feeling dizzy and feverish. Leanne warns that this could be some kind of pathogen from before that containment is critical, but not everyone agrees. And suggests it's likely just degraded material from the old cargo holds and insists the ship can't afford a full lockdown over an overreaction. You overhear a few of the crew members whisper about the crate's origins. No one remembers loading it. We're already at -9. I don't know. You suggest there's nothing to worry about and request that everyone remain calm. There's no proof this is anything serious. The affected crew members are given the rest and hydration, and the ship moves on. A week later, the med bay is overwhelmed. The illness has spread, and healthcare professionals struggle to treat everyone fast enough. Oh, shoot, we should have done a quarantine. Okay, additional storage capacity. Let's add a modifier. Sufficient water. how is that water pump not providing enough? Okay, I don't know how to get more land. Okay, basic needs. Okay, currently non-functional. Nowhere to store waste. Needs water. Okay, we're at minus 13. I am gonna lose pretty soon. All right, yep. Did not accomplish the mission. I feel like if I played this one more time, I might be able to get the flow of this game. So I might try it again, but we'll see what happens. What day is it today? Today is Wednesday. Yep, we definitely have more time to check this out. I might do an episode 2 tomorrow, as well as play a couple of other games from the Steam Next Fest. But that was Generation Exile. Didn't do so well, but definitely could give it another try. All right, I usually stream from 9 a.m. to about 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Pacific Time. I did go a little bit extra today because I played about, I think, four different games. Tomorrow, Palia is coming out with an update, so I might jump onto Palia as well. We'll just see how that goes. It depends on how long it takes for them to get that update out. All right, thanks so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow.